Are you into making stained glass mosaic, but your material stash is getting a little out of control? Or maybe you aren't sure how to store sheets versus smaller pieces of tesserae. Well, in today's video, we'll create an easy system you can follow, whether you have a little storage space or a lot. No more endless searching through a pile of glass. Let's get to it. Welcome back, and if you're new here, my name is Julie, and on this channel we talk about tips, tricks, tools, adhesives, materials, and specific mosaic projects, all to shorten your learning curve when it comes to creating mosaic art. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please consider subscribing. We're all different, which means we all have different organizational styles or requirements when it comes to setting up our creative spaces. Honestly, some of us thrive in chaos, mess, and not being so tidy. I'm not finger pointing or making any judgments here. And some of us, like me, like to have things tidy, organized, and in some sort of system. And when I think of those three things, I recall back to a sign that my dad used to have hanging over his desk. Now, he was a high school chemistry teacher, so back in the chemistry lab, he had this sign over his desk that said, "A neat desk is the sign of a sick mind." And I would laugh at that sign every time because I thought, well, he must think I have a sick mind. I've always been a neat freak, even when I was a little kid. And so it just helps me feel more organized and ready to work, produce, create, whatever it may be. I mean, how many of you out there like a neat, tidy, and organized space? Amen. I like to know what I have and where to find it. Nevertheless, I like for things to have a place to return to. I also like knowing that when I'm looking for, let's say, orange stained glass, it's only going to be in one of two places in my studio. If it's not in either of those two places, I don't have it. This also goes for tools, adhesives, and any other tesserae, substrates, or accessories. But before we dive too deep into how to organize your stained glass collection, if you're wondering how to cut it, where to get it, or what to make with it, you're in luck. I've done a series of videos here on the channel all about stained glass, and I'll include a link to the playlist down below in the description so you can check it out. But back to the glass organizing. Another fun reason to have an organizational system for your stained glass is because it's so gorgeous and looks great in your creative space. It's like bonus decor because the colors and patterns are so unique. And a little later in the video, we'll talk about some ways that your stained glass can do double duty in beautifying your space. Having your stained glass organized also helps when coming up with a shopping list before searching for glass, whether that's in person or online. You can quickly locate what you have and realize what you don't have. And you can start a list. This helps you avoid buying dupes of what you might already have. Because as you may already know, stained glass isn't cheap. Having your stained glass organized also helps you locate glass in your creative space easily and quickly for any client projects. And let's be honest, storing your stained glass in an organized way can help eliminate any pieces from breaking before you're ready to work with them. There's nothing worse than discovering glass got cracked or broken when you need a longer piece of it. And if you're interested how to store a variety of mosaic materials in addition to your stained glass, basically everything you see behind me, I've done a series of videos all about how you can get started creating a system for storing your mosaic tesserae, and I'll include a link to the playlist down below in the description so you can check it out. So in today's video, we'll go over some fun ways to organize your stained glass. And the good news, most of these ideas are $20 or less. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get started. A big part of finding your organizing style is deciding how much space do you have to work with. Do you have a lot of space for your stained glass storage, or do you have a little? Will it be on a shelf for display, or maybe a tabletop? Maybe you've only got a little extra room on a bookshelf or in a corner of your craft space. Once you've decided where you'll keep your stained glass stash, you then want to look at how much stained glass do you have. Do you have sheets and sheets of stained glass? Or do you have smaller pieces that would fit in a container? To start, let's look at some ways that you can store sheets or larger pieces of stained glass. I'll start with my favorite way first, which is this stained glass caddy. Now I've got two of them in the studio and they are officially maxed out with sheets of glass. Each caddy contains prongs that are spread apart and allows you to slide a piece of stained glass in between a section of the prongs. As you may or may not know, not all stained glass is the same thickness. So if the glass is an average thickness or a little on the thinner side, I've been able to fit 3 to 5 pieces of stained glass in between a set of prongs. This is super helpful when you have a lot of sheets of stained glass but are limited on space. And as you can see, I have pieces of glass which are around 7 by 9 inches all the way up to 15 by 20 inches. I have them grouped in one caddy, starting with pink, and then the colors of the rainbow in order: red, orange, yellow, green. And then in the next caddy, they're grouped starting with blue, purple, brown, cream, white, black, gray, and clear. I can quickly see what I've got in inventory, and I can easily pull out whatever sheet of glass I need. And the bonus is, all those gorgeous colors are adding to the decor or vibe of my studio. The stained glass caddy looks great on a shelf or tabletop. And I actually have both of mine on top of a bookshelf, and I really enjoy looking at them every day. Now, if the stained glass caddy isn't exactly what you're looking for, but you're still short on storage space, I did find some other organizational ideas that I think are really fun, and I'll include a list of those plus the stained glass caddy down below in the description so you can check it out. Now, if you don't have the room for something like a caddy, you can always store your glass upright in a bookcase. You'll want to tilt them slightly just so they stay put. Or you can always put something heavy up against them like a coffee table book or a bookend. Another great storage idea that I would actually love is a system inspired by retailers. Whether that's your local craft store or a stained glass shop. If you've got someone in your life who has woodworking skills, you could ask them to create a cabinet or bookcase with dividers. This would work out well, again, if you wanted to keep your stained glass grouped by color, much like you'd find in a stained glass store. Or you could group your sheets by the type of glass they are. You know, like cathedral, water, Tiffany, iridescent, etc. Another idea for storing or displaying sheets of stained glass would be on a picture ledge in your creative space. And of course, you want to make sure you lean them in order to keep them safe. Now, my picture ledges here are built-ins and would be much better and safer if there was like a safety bar going across the front, but you can also hang picture ledges on a wall. Many come with a groove which would allow you to place the edge of the stained glass in it to keep the sheet from moving and would keep it firmly in place. Putting your glass on display like this really shows off the colors and specific types of glass in your collection. You could even do something fun like Mondays are all green stained glass or Wednesdays are all iridescent. Have fun with it. I find it so inspiring for mosaic materials to double as decor in creative spaces. Now, if you don't have sheets of stained glass, another great way to store your tesserae is in storage containers like these. This is how I like to store my smaller pieces of stained glass. The containers are somewhat clearish plastic that allows me to see what's inside. I also label each box, which helps me quickly identify the color of glass inside. But let's look a little deeper at my organizational system to see if you can apply this method to your glass stash as well. Each container has a label, and you'll only find that color or colors inside. I make it a habit to put the unused glass back in the appropriate color container once I'm done with a project. Now trust me, this isn't how it's always been, but I'm so glad I've started being more diligent about doing this. Inside each container are plastic zipper bags. I like to keep all of the same glass in a zipper bag. This way I know exactly how much I have of it. If I also have a larger sheet of it, I'll include a note in the bag that gives instructions saying I've got a larger sheet. You can also include a little note on the sheet of glass which references you have smaller pieces of it in your containers. Cross-referencing is a great way to stay on top of what you have. Another way to keep small pieces of stained glass in order would be to keep them on trays organized by color. And then when you're looking for a particular color, all you have to do is search for the tray color you're looking for, and all of that color that you have in inventory is right there. Glass jars make fun containers for storing small pieces of stained glass or tesserae. You can use antique glass jars, mason jars, or I have a bunch of pasta sauce jars all in the same size, and I painted the lids black with spray paint. This makes for a nice uniform look. Now, although these glass jars don't have stained glass in them, they have glass gems, it's still a fun idea. I'm also a big fan of these locking containers. The bottom of one container screws into the lid of the container it's stacked on. These are a great space saver, especially if you have many small pieces of stained glass. And for those of you who have been here for a while, you know I also like to keep a container of my stained glass cutoffs to use on smaller projects such as mosaic jewelry and ornaments. I'll include a list down below in the description for all of the organizational items that I discussed in today's video in case you'd like to get your stained glass collection organized as well. Question of the day. I am always interested in hearing how other mosaic artists set up their creative spaces. So let me know down in the comments, how do you like to store your stained glass tesserae, whether it's sheets, whether it's smaller pieces? I would love to hear. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up as it really does help my channel, and subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell notification so you never miss a single upload, and let me know in the comments if there's something you'd like me to cover in a future video. I'll see you soon. Bye. How's that? Okay, we're gonna try to shoot this video while there is a major gaming session going on out there. And we're gonna try to focus in here and talk about some fun stuff. Finally. Wow. Wow. I had it. I had it. He's just going on and on. Mom is in here working. Hello? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get this. I am gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. Okay, let's go. Girl, you're gonna get this. You are gonna get this, and you are gonna just keep going. But the last 20 times has not happened. Yeah. Oh, we're going. Oh, okay. Then you know I like nice. I do like nice, but that's not what I'm trying to say here. Oh my God! I got more for the blooper reel than I do for the video so far. Goodness gracious, that was painful. Can you guys hear him gaming? Like, I just told him, please honey, please. Mom is recording. Give me 20 minutes. Okay, Mom, okay. Just to give you a little, I don't know what I'm giving you. What am I giving you? I don't know. Me. Start over. If you're looking for more mosaic inspiration, you can check out one of these two videos. Until then, see ya. I'll see you soon. Bye.